Brosplay!
And we're back. Brumok. Brumok is the name of large dinosaurs. Somehow I maintain steadiness. Not really sure how to...
You know what? I want to name the episode that. Brumok is the name of giant dinosaurs.
You were the one who told me not to name episodes in the middle of episodes.
Did I?
Fucking weirdo. Fucking... What do you,
hey, bro.
A hyper crit?
I'm trying to give you... That's hilarious. I just picked up on that.
I wonder if anyone has that.
But it's not a
name.
hypocrit.
It's a hypercrit.
It's a hypocrite.
Yeah, Hippocrates.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the hypocritical oath.
Hypocritic. Oh wow. Or hypoallergenical.
The hypoallergenic oath.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. That's the oath we take about washing our hands.
Yeah.
It's the hypoallergenic oath.
But you know the hypocritical oath too, though.
The Hippocratic oath?
No, hypocritical.
The hypocritical oath?
Yeah.
That's...
It was made by Hippocrates.
Hippocrates?
Hippocrates. I had a really hip cock. Nobody knew how to deal with him. And never would there be such a big cock until Hitchcock. And he was hitching trailers to it.
Yeah, day in, day out.
That's where the expression trailer for movies comes from.
From Alfred Hitchcock.
From Hitchcock. He was constantly hitching trailers to his cock. Because it was so big.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Got shot.
Took out the Brumok.
Boy, they spent a whole afternoon on these animations.
Yeah, this episode was an afterthought.
This episode's brought to you by Crunch Time.
This episode brought to you by Brumox.
Yeah, that does clip right through the rock.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that these derricks would be still going at this point.
Oh no.
Oh no, bombs. So big the bomb.
Yeah, and they set the thing up so that if anything explodes in the bottom, the entire thing blows up.
Well, how else would you design your machine?
I just wish that they just...
Nothing happened.
Bruh. He's just like, dude, this fucking thing sucks. I wish that they had just ignored what Dom looked like in the first one and just redid him. Because he looks like a cardboard... He looks like a mannequin with no features, with textures plastered onto it.
A little bit.
He looks
also,
horrible.
Why are their legs so thick?
That's their armor. Their
legs are thicker than 30-year-old tree trunks. They are just obscene human beings.
You know, even it takes 30 years to make a tree, and you can cut it down in an afternoon.
In an afternoon?
You know, everyone wants to park in the shade, but no one wants to plant a tree.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was Einstein had an expression. Great societies grow when children sit in the shades of trees planted by old men.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they would have to be planted when the old men were children, right?
Well, that's the key. See, you figured out the expression. You must be smart or something.
Actually, I'm well educated.
I'm an educated man.
Because I come from one of the best educated countries in the world, aka Canada.
Is that even true?
Yeah. Education? Yeah.
I believe it.
We're in like top 10 at least.
You're just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Look it up.
You look that shit up.
Look it up right now.
No.
Seriously, do the bad YouTuber thing and pull out your phone.
No, I will just trust.
Fine, I'll do it.
I will
Give me my
trust.
No, we're like top 15 in most things. Healthcare, education.
We definitely are. We're pretty up there. People seem to like Canada.
It's just the Earth is in a Goldilocks zone, and Canada is in a Goldilocks zone of
the Earth. Yeah.
It is old enough to have infrastructure and security and population industry, but not too old to have really old enemies. We have enough allies because we played our cards right, while not having too many enemies by allying with the wrong people.
Yeah, that's I think part of it is that we've been less aggressive about a lot of things, and so we've been able to maintain sort of a neutrality. Been able to not piss people off. we've also kind of had the protection of letting the U.S. do all the pissing off.
They really have taken they've taken a lot of the, they're the older brother that, like, beats the shit out of people.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to decide, are they the older brother that protects all the siblings or the older brother that steals their money to buy beer? That's where everyone's sitting right now.
Or are they the older brother who designs a free-to-play mobile game that makes you feel rewarded for paying for something they made you not have?
Well, they're definitely that one. No matter what other type of brother they are, they're definitely the brother that just sucks money out of you.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Telling me I'm big enough to curb stomp a locust head, but I'm not big enough to break some boards.
The lights are out, bro.
Oh, man. Well, then you can't go.
Pudding's getting hard.
You gotta wait for a cop to show up, start directing.
I don't know. We'll be waiting for a while.
And no, he'll show. Don't you worry. Town like this gotta have a good sheriff.
Yeah. You know what I really... You tell me I can't fucking get through there, like...
No, you can get through there. You gotta crouch, though. Is there crouching in this game?
No. You can crouch by doing this, but you can't regularly crouch.
So that was a ticker hole.
Ticker hole. Get on down there, ticker hole.
You know what I always say, when you go to a prostitute, you gotta ticker hole.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It just seemed appropriate. With all the e-hole discussion, I just couldn't help myself.
Yes. Emergency hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in
case you need it.
When all other holes fail. Alright.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I'm much more of a mind for video games that encourage you to look at things by appropriately designing them, instead of having a whole button for a look at me.
Allow me to look at them on my own.
Well, like, that didn't make me do it, but, like, I would never have seen that, right?
But then, no, that's what I mean.
So
set up a situation where I see some shit in the sky and I want to look up.
Yeah, we'll put shit in the sky that I can see as I'm climbing a steep-ass mountain, or, like, coming up from, like, the underground or something.
Well, right here, you were walking up a hill. You probably would have seen those things coming in anyways.
Maybe.
And don't you think it would be a lot more impactful to see some bombs come flying over your head rather than a big yellow icon telling you bombs are going to come and then they fly over your head?
Well, also those mortars didn't do anything. I stayed on cover and nothing happened.
I think the idea was those mortars were destroying the other assault derrick, the one that went past you.
They came right at me and just, like, landed on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Objective failed. Your head exploded.
Your whole body was bits.
Jesus, man.
Bits.
I love
bits.
that.
Nothing.
The chainsaw bayonet. I don't think you know what a bayonet is.
Maybe bayonet just refers to anything on the end of your weapon. Maybe if you put a flamethrower on the end of it, it would be a flamethrower bayonet.
I don't know that it would be. I really don't think so.
No, see,
but
like,
imagine.
I wouldn't see them.
Imagine an actual... Oh.
Wait, where the fuck are they?
Yeah, that's weird. Guess that doesn't happen on your second round?
Yeah, because you already know about it.
Alright.
Nemesis.
What was I just saying a second ago?
I don't know, were you saying stuff?
Yeah. Oh, the bayonet. Imagine instead of having a chainsaw built into the gun, if there was actually, like, you hooked a chainsaw onto the front, so it actually stuck out from the front of the gun, rather than being half a chainsaw.
And it was just a chainsaw at that point.
Well, don't you think it would be easier to cut someone in half with a legit chainsaw than a chainsaw that's the thickness of a gun?
Maybe.
Like, how would you get, like, once you cut into them, how would you get that thick part of the chainsaw past all their bones?
I'm not sure you need to think it that hard.
No, I need to know how this chainsaw is going to work, brother. This is important. How will I kill my enemies without knowing my weaponry?
I don't know if I'm actually doing damage to
This is my rifle. This is my friend. He has a chainsaw right on his end.
Is that like a variation of an original?
It's definitely yeah, that's half American Army, half original.
What happened? What happened?
Oh, well, now you show up, Brumak Kila.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the assist, I guess.
And I really wish they didn't send us in a derrick. They should have sent us in one of those cool-ass, like, cannon tanks.
Yeah.
And it's not even really a tank. It's more of a Hummer with a big cannon on it.
Speaking of e-holes and and prostitutes.
Don't be talking about my e-hole.
Hummer.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I get it.
Second only to the gummer.
Oh. Second only.
Yeah, I actually like considered my words there too. I was like, should I say it like that? Yeah, you should.
Definitely.
Shock humor, lowest form of humor, and yet best form of humor.
No, I forgot about this.
This is a pretty good scene.
This is a good scene, much better than the Troika scene.
All right, this is a good example of anti-aliasing. So everything's made out of pixels, squares. So to make a smooth shape, you have to create sort of like a blurring effect. The chain link fence there does not have a lot of anti-aliasing. It has aliasing rather, which is causing an optical illusion as I'm moving because all of the edges are like bleeding together. Seen that?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Doesn't look good. And when you were further away, the one chain link fence looked like it was half full.
Well, I prefer to say it's half empty, but
can't see. Oh, could be anything. I thought he said can't see anything. Keep an eye out.
yeah, keep an eye out for anything.
Kid does have a point. See, I don't think that's wise, though.
No, because if you can't see it, there's really no point of having. Oh!
What I would really
Look at that though. The lighting is reacting with the dust they're kicking up and causing it to be seen easier than other things.
That's a good point. You wouldn't see that dust.
No, not that well. It's because it's not. I don't think it's a real like dust particle, I guess. So
no, you're right.
It's like an it's like a pre-animated thing that like exists on the ticker.
Yes, it's a physical cloud.
No, you are fucking me right now. You fucked me.
No way you can't get at it. No way. Yo, tag him with one. I guess that'd be a bit of a waste, but
no. Okay.
Well.
Oh. Okay, wait for one to like fall over. You can just play this game without shooting, because your teammates will do all the work for you.
That is kind of weird, actually. In most games, your teammates are completely useless. They're just there as story.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
This is also normal. No, he has to be knocked over. They'll explode on me.
Oh, okay, and that's not fun. So now you're
Look
waiting
how
on
far
one of
I
these.
can see them. Like they're way up in the distance.
It's not scary at all.
They look pretty cool though.
They are. The tickers were a great idea.
They're pretty well designed.
I've always appreciated enemies whose job is to just explode like that. The kamikaze enemies.
Got him.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Took out two of you at the same time. Oh man, that was awesome.
Die, you sons of bitches, fuckers. Sorry, I got a little excited there.
That's okay.
Look at that though.
Ugh. So much meat.
Dom's fine.
Creature meat.
Dom's fine.
Yeah, Dom's fine. Don't worry about Dom. Yeah, these big holes that you can't go through, kind of some BS.
That was a really hard one to get away from. Really had to use my wits.
Yeah, well, it's a hard world out there.
He's got my back like a butt crack, dude.
I love it when people have my back like a butt crack.
Also, your butt crack doesn't have your back. It's just
Yeah, not at all.
at your backside.
Yeah, it's really not even that close to your back when you think about it.
It's also not really a crack.
Is it not?
No, like if you saw a crack that big, like in a wall, you would not refer to it as a crack. It would be more like a
hole.
A hole or a tear, which is why we call it a butthole. But that's a separate piece, though.
Yeah, because there's a hole, but then there's also a crack.
My hole is connected to my butt crack.
Like you could call it a crease. I've heard people call it that too, but
yes.
it's a disgusting description.
Also a
butt crease.
A gouge.
Butt gouge.
Butt gouge. Never
I
heard that
don't
one?
appreciate that one. If I'm honest. What's that from?
No, me.
Oh, I thought you said remember that.
Straight out of my brain hole.
Gotta love all the holes in this playthrough. You got your e-holes and your brain holes and your butt creases.
The butthole's connected to your mouth hole. Oh no, that's most people on YouTube.
It is connected. It's just there's a lot in the middle.
You see, what we do here
Hotel.
is we constantly set a low bar, a low standard for Brosplay, right? This is like, first episodes often have like some energy, and then second episode just like right down here, just like chilling. That way, you're never like, I'm gonna go and watch some really high octane Brosplay action and be disappointed. So when things get excited, you're like, that was a pretty good episode. I don't know what was different about it, but I appreciated it.
It's a surprise.
Like, guy call me Skywalker?
That's honestly almost feels like what the De Beers company does, where they like artificially keep the supply low. You know,
Really?
we're holding back on the comedy so that when it does come, people appreciate it.
People do that?
No, never. No, Diamond Company would never do that. That would be unethical.
Well, I mean, that's not the most unethical part of the diamond industry, but
Good point. Very good point. There's a reason people pay more for Canadian diamonds than they do for diamonds from elsewhere in the world.
really?
Yeah.
Because we pay people for them?
Yeah, because you know they were responsibly, well, I don't know about responsibly, but they were at least somewhat ethically harvested.
Somewhat ethically harvested.
That's the problem. Mining just in general is a kind of a dirty business.
Well, it's underground, bro.
Yeah. And it's just what I do appreciate these days though is that Canada's really good at having closure plans. So before you open a mine, you have to have all of the money set aside to close it.
That is so, it's like so fucking smart that it makes you feel stupid for not coming up with it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been obvious. There was a gravel pit I went to, and I forget how deep it was, but I swear it was at least 100+ feet deep. So obviously they've taken a shitload of gravel out of this pit. And I asked the guy, so what, like how much more is there to come out of here? And he was telling me, and he said the ultimate plan is they're gonna like dig everything out, flatten all the slopes, and then fill it up and make a lake.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. So one day there'll be an artificial lake that was just made by a gravel pit.
Dude, that reminds me. Have you seen One Strange Rock?
One episode.
Which one?
The first one.
Fucking wild, isn't it?
It is wild. It was the one about oxygen?
Yeah, it's about oxygen.
Yeah.
About how it starts in the salt deserts of Africa and in a process that slowly creates oxygen through not trees. Half of it comes from bacteria.
Well, that's how the Earth was originally oxygenated in the first place, was all by bacteria.
Bacteria in the ocean, yes. Heat!
The Great Oxidation Event.
It's, I've been watching, like, I'm almost finished the whole series. It's amazing how many things are connected. Like, the Earth smashing into another planet and eventually turning into the Earth and Moon. The spinning from that explosion caused the seasons, which causes seeds to be moved around the world by animals who follow the summer.
What?
Yeah.
So the wobble of the Earth was actually generated by that collision with another planet?
Well, the spinning of it, yeah. I think the wobble may have just been like a... All right, well...
Or no, sorry, not the wobble, the tilt.
The tilt, yes.
The tilt was generated from that impact. That's amazing.
And the rotation. And the moon slowed us down to have a 24-hour day. Used to be 5 hours.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
now,
much faster.
Of course, like, a lot of this is, like, it's speculation based off of, like, an insane amount of data, right?
Right.
Over many, many years. And we didn't even know about the other planet until we went to the moon and found similar rock on the moon as found on Earth. And the theory was born that it was very likely it was old Earth and Theia smashed into each other, turned into like molten rock, which then made us a very large, very close moon, much closer than moons normally are.
Yeah, it's so big too.
Yeah.
Like most planets don't have moons that size. And if they do, the planet is way bigger.
Right.
You know, Jupiter's got some big moons, but Jupiter is also ridiculously huge.
Like Titan is a moon.
Which is like, isn't it relatively similar to our planet in size?
I believe so. I believe it's like the best option for trying to terraform?
Titan?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Really?
No,
I thought it
think so.
was.
If I'm correct, Titan is the one that's like liquid nitrogen on the surface.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
swear.
mean Oblivion lied?
Oblivion?
Yeah, it's all about going to Titan.
What? No, Oblivion is set on Earth.
Right,
Isn't
but the characters are going to Titan. That's what sets the story up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Like, so, what's his name? Morgan Freeman and crew? That's their plan, is to go to Titan?
No. Tom Cruise and his partner go to Titan, and then that's where the tent is. That's like the backstory to the story. Is them going to Titan.
Oh, I don't actually remember that. So they... I didn't know they went to Titan. I thought they just went to space.
No, they believed that there was like, I don't know, life or something.
Huh, interesting.
Holy shit.
Well, because then there was that movie, Titan.
Right, which is also about going to Titan.
Right, but in that, like, they turn him into a monster so that he can survive there.
Was a pretty awful change. They were doing such a good job with that movie. They just needed like 45 more minutes.
Yeah, they definitely rushed that pretty significantly. But then there's Europa, which I always think is really fascinating.
Did you just see
I
that?
did see that.
Wow.
Just spinning it like a Western. Spin it on your
drop
finger.
this motherfuck. And I'm gonna pick up this motherfuck. And then we're gonna motherfuck these motherfuckers and their fuckholes.
Gosh, so graphic. So unnecessary.
Yeah, I got him in his fuckhole. You haven't seen Black Sails, eh?
No, not at this point.
They have a practice, I guess you could call it, when they get to the shore. The first thing that the men want to do is set up a fuck tent.
What?
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, they've been away for a long time.
Yeah, that's wow. That's funny. It is interesting to watch things from that are set a long time ago, because you get a perspective of what life was like. Watching Spartacus right now, and just the way that they live is just ridiculous.
I'll wipe my ass with a rag on a stick.
Yeah, they certainly do. Public toilets.
And it's totally normal, and they're just like having a conversation about like rising to the top of Capua and just like wiping their butt with a stick.
Yeah, that's so true. I shall be the paterfamilias.
Am I about to get mortared?
I think so. Really?
Ow.
I'm just gonna take a load off, guys.
Just gonna take a seat. Oh, I'm alive!
Yeah, it just knocked you off.
I thought it just
That
glitched
was
out. And
awesome.
Wow.
Oh man.
This is dumb. Being mortared like that. And then my team just did it for me. Thanks, bros.
Oh man.
Come on, Marcus. Where are the boomers?
Oh, back there. To the right, I see
Did I
one.
get it?
There's the big of the boomer.
Big huge, actually. Nice arc. That wasn't even close. Wow, that guy just got dummied.
Yeah. Well, one thing I was just gonna say about the Romans, because I'm watching Spartacus right now, and what I never understand about the Romans is obviously slavery is just a gross thing to us nowadays, and like we just absolutely understand it in a way that they just didn't get back then. What I don't understand is slavery does make a little more sense when, you know, you're enslaving people that don't look like you, because then it's like there's a way you can kind of justify that in your head, the same way in Harry Potter they have house elves that are slaves,
Right.
which is really messed up, but they're like, whatever, they're fucking house elves. It seems weird that the Romans had all slaves. Like, even Romans
actually,
could become slaves.
I actually kind of prefer that, because it's not them like, it's not them. They're treating them as mishuman or as unhuman, but they're not actually saying that they are. They're defeated people that they would have just slaughtered anyway, that they chose to just use as a workforce.
Interesting. I guess my biggest thing in that is how did they not recognize that they could easily have been the slaves?
They did. I don't think that they justified it morally speaking. I think that they just did it
because they knew
to.
it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were ruthless, man. No wonder they ruled for so long.
Oh, I forgot about these guys. They have like chainsaws on both sides of their stabs.
See, that's what we need.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, that's how that works. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was totally long enough to go through the whole thing.
Yeah, totally made sense.
And they're like, run! Get the pods!
Oh, these pods gonna go underground?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
called grind lifts. Uh-oh.
No, don't cut my grind lift!
Why is the door not closing?
Because it wouldn't be able to see him.
Right. Because the plot. It actually will. I'm watching it, but
It's moving, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even mention John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio?
Jan DiMaggio.
Yeah, Jan DiMaggio, man. I love Marcus's character. He's never anything other than super mad.
Oh, yeah. Even when he's, like, trying to be, like, nice to people, he's like, you did good, kid!
Better learn fast, kid.
You fuck! I saw your brother die!
This elevator's a little bumpy.
Denizens. Now, is that the place or the name of the act?
There's no way they would survive this. It's hilarious.
Nah, dude, it's advanced technology.
Right. Oh my god, I love that they didn't even take a second to pause when they impacted.
No, it's because they're, like, advanced technology, you know?
Oh man.
All right,
Okay.
thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
next time we'll be back with some underground shenanigans.
Nice. Bring it!